everyone, I am very excited to bring you the best skincare of the past year for 2021. If you have not seen my same favorites of the year version for makeup, I will go ahead and link that in the upper right hand corner for you. It'll pop up in a new tab so you can finish watching this before you go over and watch that. But please go check that out. I am wearing on my face some of the lighter coverage makeup items from that favorites video. I want to keep for skincare videos, I like to keep things a little more natural looking and lightweight. This past year has definitely, for me, been much more heavily skincare focused as opposed to makeup focused, which is more typical. So there are tons of products that I absolutely love and adore that are new for this past year, and a good number of all-time or multi-year winners too. So make sure you stay tuned. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. You can also go and follow over on Instagram. And if there are skincare videos related to the products that I show you, I will link them in the upper right-hand corner. I'm limited to 5 of those, but I will also list all the products that I show you in the description box where you can find them if you want to purchase them. And if there's a video that more goes in depth about those products, I'll also link those for you in the description box. If you like this necklace, I'll also link it in the description box for you. I'm wearing the new Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Serum Foundation as my foundation. And for my lips, I am wearing one of the new L'Oreal Balm in glosses. The shade that I am wearing is 40 Blissful Blush. We'll start with cleansers. This was really difficult for me to choose a favorites. There are so many beautiful cleansers out there that I've used this past year. Forcing myself to choose just one, because otherwise I would be showing you 5 or 6. It's going to be Youth to the People's Kale plus Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Age Prevention Cleanser. I really like this brand not only because of the skincare items that they have, but also the packaging. They have very eco-friendly, recyclable packaging. I think this is my 3rd bottle of this cleanser. It comes in a glass jar, again, completely recyclable or reusable. It gives you a little bit of foam. It's definitely something that can absolutely remove lightweight makeup that you don't need to double cleanse. If you have heavier makeup, then of course you would need to double cleanse, but something like the makeup I'm wearing today with mascara and typical, I have a lightweight liquid foundation on, I would be comfortable using just this. It's not too stripping, but it's also effectively cleansing the skin. The best drugstore moisturizer, hands down, is going to be CeraVe's PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. It has a bunch of ceramides in here. It's nice and lightweight while giving you some hydration just for the money. Really cannot be beat, although the generic version is the same thing. So it is always cheaper to buy the generic version, especially if you can get a coupon on top of it. So if you want to buy the generic version, the ingredients are the same, but this is absolutely the biggest bang for the buck when it comes to good drugstore moisturizers. But going a step up, if you want something a little more potent that's gonna do something for the skin, especially the health of the skin, the look of the skin, Tria, I will say, just as a brand, if I had to say what's the best new skincare brand of this past year, it's going to be Tria. All of the stuff in their line is fan-freaking-tastic. So you could call all of the things in that line my favorite. But their liquid gold moisturizer is so beautiful for the skin. It's funny because when I initially looked at the line, this was one of the things that intrigued me the least. But once you use it, it is so nice for the skin. So there is a reason why so many people, this is the #1 seller, and this is the favorite thing in the line for people. And there is good reason for that. If you want to target sunspots or hyperpigmentation, absolutely one of the best products that I have had multiple tubes of, I think I have 2 backups of this too, is by Peter Thomas Roth. This is expensive, so I always buy it when Sephora is having the 20% off sales, but it's just so jam-packed with all of the key ingredients that will help target the pigmentation. This is the Pro Strength Niacinamide Discoloration Treatment. Comes in a tube like this, but let me call out the key ingredients. Not that these are the only ones, but it has niacinamide, tranexamic acid, kojic acid, alpha-arbutin, pentapeptide. This thing is so jam-packed. It is freaking fantastic. Especially if you're doing any peels, this is also a great moisturizer to have on hand to treat and combat the darkness and the pigmentation. And speaking of peels, since I mentioned that, I have adored doing my at-home chemical peels. It is if you do it correctly, so make sure you watch videos and tutorials. I will link in the upper right hand corner my own beginner's tutorial for how to do an at-home peel. But this is so affordable to do at home. I have used the 15% TCA Peel with salicylic acid. The one that I have is from Perfect Image, and I still have plenty of uses left. I'm a little less than halfway through this bottle, and I've done, I think, 4 peels, and I am going to continue to do them. But this is such a beautiful way to really rejuvenate the skin without breaking the bank. So starting to do at-home peels has been one of the best things that I've done for my skin this past year. A step down from the intensity of that kind of at-home peel, in the past I have named Drunk Elephant's TLC Sukari Baby Facial. This has 25% AHA and 2% BHA, and this is still one of my favorites. Obviously, you can see this is a new one that I have as a backup. Fantastic for giving you that radiance. The very next day, you will see the results of this. But I think that for this year, the Paula's Choice version is going to bump out the Drunk Elephant version. The Paula's Choice one is called the Skin Perfecting Exfoliant Peel. It also has 25% AHA, just like the Drunk Elephant one, and the 2% BHA, just like the Drunk Elephant one. Now, you get less product in here. It's 1 ounce versus 1.69 fluid ounces, but the price difference makes this cheaper per ounce. The Drunk Elephant one is $80, and I believe the Paula's Choice one is $37. So when you work that out, it's going to be more affordable. Plus, unlike Drunk Elephant, which you can only really get on sale when Sephora has its 2 times a year, sometimes 3 times a year, 20% off sale, Paula's Choice runs sales on its website pretty frequently. So you can pretty frequently, I think even right now, this is more like $31 on their website. It's also very fun to use. It's this like shimmering pearlescent or opalescent purple color. And I do find that for whatever reason, this one stings less. It doesn't really sting at all, as opposed to the Drunk Elephant one, where I do feel some stinging on the skin when I use that. So no knock on either of these. They're both fantastic. You won't go wrong if you have either one of these. But I think for the price and compared to the ingredients, this is going to be the new #1 peel for 2021. Kind of skipped a step, so we're gonna go back to the best toners. So you will not be surprised that, of course, a reigning champion is Paula's Choice's 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. It has 2% salicylic acid. It's a liquid. This is the most diverse product that I have ever used because it's in a liquid form, and for years there has not been another toner like this on the market, or a liquid salicylic acid based product on the market. I use this as a regular toner, so over the face after I cleanse for anti-acne purposes, but I also use it to combat ingrown hairs and red bumps. So that means after I shave, I put it under my underarms. You can put it in the bikini area after you shave. You can even put it on the legs to help prevent any razor burn or red bumps on the legs, on the back for back knee. It's just so freaking versatile. But for the first time in this past year, we now have a drugstore version. And as far as I know, at least in the United States, this is the only alternative that exists to Paula's Choice's 2% BHA liquid. This is by Peach Slices. This is the Acne Exfoliating Toner. You can buy this at your local CVS, maybe at other drugstores, but I'm only familiar with seeing it at CVS. So it's alcohol-free. It has BHA and AHA. The ingredients list is pretty simple. There are no irritating ingredients on here. Now, it has a pretty short ingredients list compared to Paula's Choice, which packs its ingredients. It's a longer ingredients list. It has more skincare ingredients, but if you want a more affordable version of the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid, these two are going to be your champions. Or this one's going to be the alternative, and these two are the champions for 2021. The best toner in terms of if you want some nourishment for the skin, I'm a little surprised by this pick. There's so many good toners that I use this year, but this one, especially during the winter time, this is Paula's Choice's Resist Advanced Replenishing Toner for normal to dry skin. I do not have dry skin, but I do, and especially in the winter, I want something that actually feels like it's giving me some sort of moisturization and comfort to the skin. And this one, it is a liquid, but it is when you pour it out, you'll see that it's a milky color. And you can just feel on the skin that it gives you some sort of level of moisturization to the skin. Whereas most toners, they sink in and then they're doing what they're doing, but they're not quite as nourishing. This one is fantastic for that purpose. Now, if you want a toner that helps to exfoliate the skin a little bit, but you're a little scared of more potent exfoliators, chemical exfoliators like glycolic acid or even lactic acid, or if you're someone who gets irritation easily on the neck, which most of us do compared to the skin on the face, or if you're just brand new to chemical exfoliants, this is a multi-time winner now. This is the Inkyless PHA toner. PHA is even more gentle than lactic acid. It's definitely more gentle than glycolic acid. So I feel like it's something that is much easier to use on the neck and décolletage area, and it will give you that nice exfoliation on the skin too. It's super affordable, so you definitely just cannot go wrong. You can see I've had multiple bottles of this, so that's my #1 pick for a gentle exfoliating toner. Oh, I also forgot the #1 best cleansing balm. I don't have it physically to show you because I've used it all up, and I'm trying to go through other cleansing balms that I have before I start or purchase a new one. But the Clinique cleansing balm is just all around for the price, the amount you get, the fact that it doesn't have fragrance in it, which is pretty rare for cleansing balms on the market. Companies are getting better about it. Like there's the new pharmacy one that has a non-scented version. And of course the Drunk Elephant one is fantastic too. But for the price, the initial sticker tag may seem a little expensive, but for the amount of product you get, it's actually more affordable than a lot of other cleansing balms on the market. So that one cleanses effectively. It gives no irritation to the skin. It's fantastic. The best eye cream. You don't necessarily need a specific product for the eyes in terms of getting the results you want, but the reason that I use an eye cream now as I'm getting older is because when I apply concealer to this specific area, it's very easy for it to look crepey or dry. So I like to focus a product in this area to help combat that. If I'm not wearing makeup for the day and I'm just doing skincare, then I don't bother with an eye cream. This is a multi-time winner now. This is Verst's The Fix Emergency Eye Mask. It has cucumber juice, it has caffeine in it. This, it's called an eye mask, but I use it just like I do an eye cream or a moisturizer. And this does have a thicker gel consistency, but what's beautiful about this specific formula that's really hard for I found it difficult to find in other products, although Good Molecules' eye cream does a great job too. But it is the type of thing that doesn't feel heavy, yet it has enough strength to stay in that area and stick to that area and just kind of create this layer that does sink into the skin but stays there to give you that staying power of the moisturization in that area so that the stuff you put on top of it is much more smooth looking. This is such an affordable product and such a gem of an eye cream on the market. All right, let's move on to sunscreen. Whew, I am such a sunscreen junkie. There's so many that I love. And of course, this multi-time winner still reigns supreme. This is Paula's Choice's Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum SPF 30. It is tinted, it is lightweight, it doesn't make you feel greasy or heavy or anything like that. Such a gem of a product, but I do have to say that right up there with it, competing side by side, are the sunscreens from EltaMD. So they have, and specifically the ones from the UV Clear line, because as the name suggests, they go on clear. Even though they are still chemical-based what do you call them, sunscreens, these have no tint to them. So I personally use the clear version, meaning the non-tinted version. Comes in virtually the same looking bottle, but these sink just like the Paula's Choice one. These are so elegant on the skin. They sink in, they are not greasy, they don't feel heavy or goopy. So these are fantastical. Oh, and the EltaMD ones are SPF 46, so that's a bonus. Now, if you want more bang for your buck and you want an SPF that's higher, This has been the one that I have turned to all year. This is by Obagi Medical. This is something that I purchased through skinstore.com. This is the Physical Defense SPF 50 PA++++. It is tinted also. Don't let that tint scare you. It blends beautifully into the skin and does give you a little bit of smoothing out of the skin too. But you, again, the sticker price might be surprising at first, but you get 3.4 fluid ounces. So compared to something like the Paula's Choice one where you get 2 fluid ounces, not bad at all either, but this is significantly more product. So when I want something more like a tinted moisturizer, but with very strong, effective sunscreen benefits, this is what I have been turning to. And the best sunscreen that I have used this year that I can use for both the face and the body is by Make Prem. This is something that I purchased through Yes Style. This is the Protect Your Skin from the Sun UV Defense Me Blue Ray Sun Fluid. SPF, again, of 50 plus with PA++++. This does not have a tint to it, but you get a huge bottle. This is 6.76 fluid ounces, so blows everything that I just showed you out of the water. But it is something that I find very convenient because it is something that feels very pleasant on the skin. It won't be it'll give you a little more shine than the other ones that I've showed you from the other brands. But if I just want to be able to chuck one bottle in that I can use for all over the body and the face, this is the one that I take. I feel like transitioning to my body care, but before we do that, let's finish the best skincare products for the face. So facial oil, this has been my favorite one this past year. This is by Herbivore. Their Emerald CBD plus Adaptogens Deep Moisture Glow Oil. Looks beautiful, but it really is something that gives you that moisturization. Well, I don't know about moisturization. It gives you the benefits of a facial oil. So I only wear it at night, but it doesn't feel too greasy or anything like that. It has fantastic ingredients in there too. And I do find that it's thinner than some other facial oils that I've used. The best lip care product, again, there are so many fantastic ones. That new lip balm thing that Paula's Choice has come out with is so fantastic. But this by Laneige, the lip sleeping mask, and specifically this flavor or scent, which one is it? Oh, the berry infused one. I love the way that this smells. I look forward to putting it on my lips before bed every night. It stays on. Your lips are still protected in the morning, all throughout the night. Just the smell is fantastic, and it lasts for such a long time. I use this every night, and it looks like I just barely started it. So yeah, it's the winner. For specific focused ingredients, there are 2 products I have to shout out. These, the addition of these ingredients to my skincare routine have been so wonderful. So the first one is Adapalene. Now, this is the generic version. I did first use a tube of Differin. It's Differin gel. You can find it at your local drugstore. It's over the counter. It's a retinol, but it's a form of it that gives you the same benefits, although you have to use it for a little longer than using something like Retin A or tretinoin, without the irritation, the flaking, the redness that a lot of people get by using such a potent form. They have formulated it into this Adapalene gel that gives you not only the anti-acne benefits, but also anti-aging benefits. So what a wonder, and it's over the counter, so you can get it yourself without a prescription. So what a wonder of a product to be able to access yourself. Like I said, I buy the generic version from my local drugstore, but anything that has Adapalene in it, 0.1% is going to give you that 1-2 punch for acne treatment and for anti-aging. And the next hero ingredient that I've added to my routine for the past year is copper peptides, really focusing on integrating that consistently. So I would say the number 1 that you can get on the market is from Niode. It's the same company that makes The Ordinary. This is their copper amino isolate lipid 1%. So this has, it's hard to describe. It looks like a gel, but it has more of a slick, almost oily feel. I only use this at night, but this is going to be the most potent form of copper peptides. Helps really, it's pretty much the only topical agent or ingredient that you can use that will help in some sense with the kind of lift of the skin, the collagen production in the skin, just overall making the skin look more plump and youthful. And you only need a tiny bit each time. So even though this is kind of expensive, it goes a long way. So it takes a long time to get through this tube. And the one step down from that would be Niodes' Copper Amino Isolate Serum 3 1-to-1. This is the CAIS3, whereas this guy here is the CAIS, I think that's the acronym for that one. Anyway, I love the packaging that Niode has in these black boxes. So this is a backup that I have. These slide out like this. So this is a kind of like a liquid form. You do only get half a fluid ounce. So these are expensive. Copper peptides are expensive. That's just the bottom line, unfortunately. But if you want a little bit step down from that gel one, then this is the choice that you should make. So I interchange between these two for the face. Now, the most affordable copper peptide based serum or product out on the market is definitely from The Ordinary. So it's from the same company. This is the Buffet Plus Copper Peptides 1%. This is nowhere as potent as the copper peptide formulations in the first two products that I showed you, but if you just want to introduce yourself to integrate it into your routine, or if those are just too expensive, which they are, then this is a great option for you. I actually started out using this for the face. Now I've transitioned to using the Niode products for the face and the neck, and I use this for the body. Now that's still very expensive, so I put some droppers and I mix in with my body moisturizers, and that's how I utilize this. And speaking of the body, let's go to the best, most fantastic body products, skincare products that I have come across. So speaking of mixing in with my body moisturizers, I'm gonna call Necessaire's line of body care products as the best for 2021. It is new to me, but especially this duo here, there is nothing else that is as nourishing and comfortable and moisturizing for the body than this duo that I've used. There are a lot of fantastic body products that I've mentioned in other videos, and I still have many backups of those too, but I would call this as number one. So this is the body serum, fragrance-free, the body serum, and it comes in a pump dispenser like this. You get 5.1 fluid ounces, and then the body lotion. You get 6.8 fluid ounces. And I do really appreciate that Necessaire offers fragrance-free versions. These sink into the skin, absolutely make the skin feel beautiful. For treatment of the skin on the body and for more targeted anti-aging, we'll start with glycolic acid. These are the two best on the market because of the consistency, the way they feel on the skin, and because of the potency of the glycolic acid. So the one from Drunk Elephant, this is the TLC Glycolic Body Lotion, 10% AHA blend plus marula and shea butters, pH of 3.5. So for a long time, the body lotion from Alpha Skincare has been the winner, but this one from Drunk Elephant, it sinks into the skin more nicely and feels much nicer on the skin, which is why this is kind of bumped that out of the first place. I still love the one from Alpha. This is by Touch. This is Touch Skincare. This is the KP Exfoliating Lotion. This has 12% glycolic acid plus 2% salicylic acid. So definitely something that can help treat KP, but even if you don't have KP, it helps with any bumps that you have and any crepiness that you have on the skin. This is 8 fluid ounces and comes with a pump dispenser. Now, if glycolic acid is a little too harsh for you and you want a more gentle exfoliating ingredient, this one, it's fairly new, by First Aid Beauty. This is their KP Smoothing Body Lotion with 10% AHA, but the AHA in here is lactic acid as opposed to glycolic acid, which is a little more tolerable for some people and less irritating if glycolic acid happens to irritate your skin. Not only very moisturizing for the skin, the second ingredient is lactic acid, and of course there's other great moisturizing ingredients in here too. More targeting things like ingrown hairs or acne on the body, but also can just be a standard fantastic moisturizer. That's going to be Paula's Choices BHA 2% Weightless Body Treatment. Again, I don't know if there are many other BHA based body lotions on the market. I feel like Paula's Choice was really at the forefront of introducing those to the market, but this one does help exfoliate the skin, a little more targeting to things like acne or red bumps as opposed to Wrinkles. And this one has more of a lightweight consistency and sinks into the skin more, but fantastic for especially on the back of arms, underarms, things like that. My favorite body oil, which I've never heard anyone else mention, but it is by Neutrogena. And this is something that I have a really hard time finding in stores. It's really only something that I'm able to find on Amazon. This is the Neutrogena body oil, but usually the ones you see in the store are fragranced. This is the fragrance-free version, and this gives you that beautiful, smooth sheen on the skin, but it sinks into the skin. So that combination is really hard to find. Something that is a body oil and gives you that beautiful looking sheen, but isn't greasy on the skin and is fragrance free. And of course is a very affordable, because this bottle is, you know, for this huge amount. I mean, for the many times that I've used it and I'm only this way through, the bottle is mind blowing for the price that you pay. So 8.5 fluid ounces. If you've been looking for a body oil that doesn't drive you crazy and gives you that beautiful sheen, please try this one out. And the final body product is my favorite sunscreen for the body. Now, of course, any of the other sunscreens that I showed you, especially the Make Prem one, you can apply to the body, but this one by Banana Boat is unique because of how lightweight it is and how it completely sinks into the skin, especially during the summer months when you want to go out and you want to be, you know, in your tank top and in your shorts, and you don't want to feel the greasiness of the sunscreen. You don't want to feel your sunscreen at all. This is the only one that I've ever found that doesn't have a bunch of alcohols in it, especially the Light as Air sunscreen lotion, weightless protection. It has an SPF of 50 plus, which is perfect for the more sunny months. It does have a fragrance. That's the only knock against this formulation, but since I'm not using it on my face, I'm using it on my body, I'm a little less concerned about that, and I'll, I guess, take that risk to get that beautiful texture and finish on the body. Hopefully one day they will make a fragrance-free version, then it would be completely a perfect product. All right, my favorite skincare device of 2021. Now, I showed you some LED face masks. Those are fantastic. I have my new face device that I think is very good too. But if I had to choose just one, it would be my Tria device. This has won in past years also. This is for treatment around the eyes. And this is a laser-based treatment. It does cause stinging. You can get irritation after you use it, so it's not a completely painless device, but this is a definite huge contributor to reducing the look of the fine lines and wrinkles that, of course, you get as you get older around the eye area. I buy mine off Amazon. I'm sure there are other places you can purchase this, especially through Tria's own website, but this is my second one that I've purchased, and you know, it lasts for years and years and years, but I will continue to repurchase this once this device dies. Last is my eyelash serum. I mentioned this in the makeup version of this video too, because it's not really skincare, but it's also not makeup. But for a non-prescription option for an eyelash growth serum, don't waste your money on all the other ones that the other brands market. It's just marketing. They have no ingredients in there that actually have any scientific backing to promote the growth and length of the lashes. They may condition your lashes and make them feel, you know, soft or hydrated, but they're not going to increase the volume or number of lashes that you have. Revita Lashes, Advanced Revita Lash Advanced Eyelash Conditioner. This is the only one that has an ingredient that will actually, similar to the prescription version, will actually help promote the growth of the lashes. I have used probably 4 or 5 tubes up of this. I continue to repurchase it. When I have switched to other eyelash serums, I notice that they do not work. They do not help promote the growth of the eyelashes, and then I have to go back to this, and I'm happy again with the volume and the number of the lashes that I have. So if you've never tried this, you can also buy the Revita Brow version. It has the same ingredient that helps promote the growth of the lashes. It may be in a less potent form, but it still has that ingredient. So whether it's the eyebrow version or eyelash version, I would encourage you to check this out. All right, those are the best skincare products that I have used in the year of 2021. I'm so excited to see what else comes out for 2022. Please let me know if you have any standout new favorites in the description box below, and any of the questions that you have. I hope you had a wonderful year. As always, thank you so much for taking the time for supporting this channel, watching my videos, and I can't wait to see you again in 2022.